How's it going, everybody? Great Say Geek here, and today I just want to share my thoughts, for whatever they're worth, about Marvel Rivals. Now, I am not a big hero shooter fan, and in fact, I don't really care much for them, if I'm being honest. I tried playing Overwatch several times, never could get into it, didn't really like any of the characters, always struggled trying to find a character, and so I kind of just moved away from those type of games. And of course, a lot of hero shooters have been coming out recently, and they haven't really been doing very well. But this game really caught my eye. I'm a big Marvel fan, big DC fan. So when this trailer came out, I was definitely going to give it a shot. And I kind of approached this game, and I've been approaching it as more of a Marvel game rather than a hero shooter. And I have to say, this game has been an absolute blast. And I don't know how the core hero shooter fan base is going to like this game, if you know what issues they're gonna have or what they're gonna like about it. I don't really know. But for me, I really enjoyed it. I played the beta when it came out, and I played it pretty much until I maxed out the battle pass and got everything that I could get. And I was really surprised because I don't really play betas like that for even games that I know I'm gonna like. So this game really caught me by surprise. That the characters are beautiful, like the visuals are stunning. I think most of the skins in the game are really good. I like a lot of them, and there's just a visual appeal to the game. If you're a Marvel fan, I think you'll definitely like the visuals of it, and the game runs really well. Now, I've seen some people say they've had performance issues. Now, I've played it on PS5, PS5 Pro, and on PC. On my PC, I do have a pretty high-end PC, so I mean, pretty much the top of the line that you can really get. And so it's hard to say on PC, but I mean, I haven't had any problems. I did have a crash early on, but the game did a really good job. Like it crashed, and then it basically gave me a pop-up of what the fix probably is. And I usually have my NVIDIA drivers updated, and I didn't have it updated at that time. And when I updated, I didn't have any crashes or any performance problems after that. So it seems to be running really well. The servers have been great. I'm getting into matches quick. I'm not disconnecting. I'm not like lagging in the server. Like there's no. I'm actually really impressed with how many people are playing and how well the servers are holding up is really impressive. There's so many games that come out that, and so a lot of times there'll be like games you pay for early access, and the servers are just, you can't even play. So to have this game, you can jump right in and you can jump in instantly, is really nice. Can't tell already. Like I said, I really like this game. I don't like hero shooters, but I like this one. One of the many things I like about it is there's so many characters to play that are actually cool. Again, one of my biggest problems with Overwatch was I could never find a character that I actually enjoyed. And with this game, almost all of them I'm willing to play. There's so many Marvel characters that are really cool looking, and just play very well. And so I never feel like I don't have a character I can play. There are some play styles maybe with the characters that aren't my favorite, but even still, I never struggle with finding a character, and that's one thing I really enjoy about it. I'm not very good at the game, if I'm being honest. I'm not going to talk about balancing or how well each character is, because I don't think I'm really qualified for it. The game feels good. It does feel good, and it feels like a lot of characters are considered broken, what people are saying. Not that they really are, but I think it's just a reflection that a lot of them are really good, and so they feel broken sometimes depending on what team you're on. If you have a team where you're not really, you don't really have a lot of good teammates per se, some characters can feel better than they really are. But it's a lot of fun. The 6v6 style is good. I actually like that there's no role queues. I know some people want that. That was something with Overwatch when I just couldn't get into it, because if you want to play DPS, I'm sitting on a screen for 5 minutes waiting to get into a game, which is just horrible. And then it's if it's one of those things that if people don't want to play tanks, they're just going to queue up in DPS and wait. I don't know if people are really going to force themselves to play a Vanguard if they don't want to. They'll just wait in a queue, and then for them it'll lessen the experience because they're waiting longer. I was watching a Flats video And I saw a comment in it on one of his videos that talked about maybe just putting limits. There's not a queue, but maybe the first 3 people that lock in DPS, you know, it'll lock out DPS. You know, maybe that's an option. But for me personally, I like that there's no role queues or anything like that. I like that you can have the flexibility to pick whatever team you want. You want to run all DPS, you want to run all supports, you want to run all vanguards, you can. It's frustrating in casual matches, obviously, with a bunch of random people, you know, because everybody's, you know, different on how they want to play the game. But I don't know how much I'll touch ranked mode, to be honest, because I'm not a super highly competitive player. So I don't know what they would do there. But I think they're on the right track. I feel like the game appeals to a casual audience, like me, you know, like somebody who does not like hero shooters, and I like this game. I actually want to play a lot of this game. I want to check out new heroes they add. I want to keep playing. Their monetization practices I think have been good. You know, that was one of my biggest concerns in the beta, was if characters were going to be free, especially with team up abilities. You know, if you have characters you had to buy, it would be clearly pay to win. Obviously, even just the character itself. And so it was nice to know that all heroes are going to be free. Pretty much everything but cosmetics, you know, and the battle passes, which I think is totally fine. I bought several skins because I want to support them, and bought the battle pass, of course. And, you know, I can't wait to see what they do. And a lot of the skins in the game they have already are pretty good quality. You know, you can tell there's not all of them are just recolors. And the stuff that you buy in the store is like alternate costumes. And so they're not charging 20 bucks for just a blue version or something. You know, it's an actual skin for the most part. And so I really like that. A lot of characters here. There's like 33 characters. Really, really great. Duelist. Yeah, they obviously have the most right now. And so, and a lot of them I think are the most fun to play, at least for me personally. I kind of, there's a few tanks that I like to play, or vanguards, but mostly I think just like a lot of people, the DPS classes or the duelist classes, I think a lot of people like to play. I think they're just, you know, some of the characters I think are more in line with the characters that people just want to play, but I think they're just more fun. And I think naturally a lot of people just play DPS, quote unquote, more than any other class. But the characters are all really good and really fun. You know, when this game came out, there were, you know, I haven't looked at the Steam reviews recently, and I know a lot of the negative reviews that were on there were like kind of people who were, you could tell, let's just say you could tell they were Overwatch fans and they were upset with the game. And then a lot of others that were having performance problems. And I think there's a lot of people complaining about balancing, but I think it's still too early to really tell. And to be honest, I don't really want this game to be super, super balanced. I like the way that they're going, or where they seem to be going, to where they want the characters to feel powerful. They want the characters to feel like you'd expect. And I actually think, with that in mind, a lot of characters should be buffed, probably, and feel a little bit stronger, because it's a Marvel superhero game. You know, it's kind of like it's not really a hero shooter with a Marvel skin. It's more of a Marvel game that happens to be a hero shooter. And I like that. I like that the characters, they're kind of putting the characters foremost. Now there is still a balance, obviously. They're not going to make it super crazy. I don't think any of the characters are that crazy. Like there are characters that are scarier than others, you know, that are a little more harder to take out. But I don't think there's any character in the game that I'm just like, oh, well, if that person has them on their team, it's over. You know, like I feel confident that you can take out any character in the game. I think from my experience in the game, you know, especially in just playing quick matches, you know, it's hard to say when you have a team that just doesn't work well together or play well together, or just isn't very good. You can get stomped pretty hard and it can feel imbalanced. But when I get on teams that are pretty like are pretty good, it feels pretty balanced. It doesn't feel, you know, like a one-sided thing. A lot of matches have been pretty close. Some have been, you know, a kind of a one-sided thing, but other times it's been really close, and other times you've had the team like push you all the way to the very end and then make a comeback. You know, your team makes a comeback, and it feels good. It feels good. And now, of course, there's going to be characters that, you know, are going to have nerfs, are going to have buffs as time goes on, and as more people play and figure out how to counter things, how people actually play. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, I've been playing a lot of Wolverine. I think Wolverine has been super fun. But like for me personally, like as a casual, it's like I wish he did a little more damage. I wish he had a little bit more healing, you know, to really go into his regeneration. And I think there were some misses with some of his abilities in that sense, that they could have pushed that a little more to make him a kind of a pseudo duelist in Vanguard, you know, kind of an off tank a little bit. And but his leap is pretty cool. You know, I've been playing him just trying to get up close, trying to pull people closer to our team and take out tanks, take out healers, you know, and just kind of really just be a disruptor of the enemy team. And Wolverine's my favorite Marvel character, so whether he sucks or not, I'll play him a lot, you know, but he's fun to play. He's fun to play. I think this game is going to find a pretty decent fan base, I think, from what I've played so far. I think a lot of Marvel fans who want to scratch that competitive itch and who just want to play their favorite heroes and have them look good and feel fun to play, will be playing it pretty frequently. You know, it's hard to say if, you know, a lot of gamers, right, they don't just stick with one game. You know, this isn't just the only game they're going to play, right? But I think a lot of people will come back to it on and off, and play it a little bit here and there. And there's I think, gonna be a kind of a hardcore following with it too. You know, I know for those of you who are stuck around this video this long, those of you tuning into one of my videos for the first time, I ramble a little bit. I don't like doing scripts or anything. I just like to talk and have a conversation. So sometimes that kind of makes me ramble a little bit, but I like to just have a conversation and just kind of talk and, you know, think about things. So, but yeah, I'm really enjoying Marvel Rivals. I think it's a great game. I think the monetization is very fair. The visuals are fantastic. For me, performance has been really good. You know, I don't think there's really much about the game right now that I just can't stand. I guess you know, now that I said, I guess if there was one thing, sometimes it feels like matchmaking could be a little bit better, but there could be a caveat to this. You know, it's kind of like when I go into quick match, a lot of times it feels like a lot of not so good players are being put on one team, and people who are just farming 30-40 kills are stacked on another team. And sometimes it's hard to say if it's a matchmaking thing, if it just because there's so many people playing, it's just how it's, you know, that team's just better, or if it's just because a lot of people are playing with other people, so you're getting paired with a bunch of, you know, everybody's solo versus someone who's playing with 4 friends or something like that. And it's hard to say, but sometimes the matches can really be one-sided a lot. I don't think it has anything to do with balancing. I think it's just, you know, how good those particular players are that are on one team versus another. But other than that, I think it's been pretty fair. I like the maps. I like the game modes. There is some stuff with the game mode, like I forget the name of the map, but you can literally just go right up to their gate. You know, on most of the maps actually, on the ones where you have to guide the whatever cart, basically a cart, to the other end, and you can get right up on their gate. And sometimes that's good. Sometimes it sucks because if the team's really good, they can just keep you there and just farm you as you come out of your spawn point. But it doesn't happen super often, but sometimes the other team, if they have that advantage on you, or they're just that good, that happens sometimes. But I think I've rambled on enough about this. Like I said, this isn't any type of review, or it's kind of an impressions. It's definitely not a review or anything like that. I'm not deep diving into it. I just kind of wanted to share my overall feelings on it, and I think it's fun. It's something I'm gonna be playing a lot. I don't know how many videos or what kind of videos I'm gonna post on it, but I enjoy playing it, and I enjoy playing it at a casual level. You know, I have no intention of being hyper competitive or, you know, getting the highest rank or anything like that. I don't care to do that. I don't have the time or patience to do that. But jumping in on a casual level and just playing a fun superhero game, being a little competitive, having some fun there, it's been great. I'm really impressed. I think My expectations for this game, honestly, were pretty low just because of the way modern gaming is. And they've kind of blown that out of the water. And hopefully they stay with that. Hopefully they don't start introducing just terrible practices. Hopefully they don't just nerf everything into the ground. I hope they continue to make it fun and enjoyable for everybody. And I think it is one of those games where if they try to copy Overwatch and just try to make it Overwatch with a Marvel skin, I think they'll fail. I think people will start to fall off the game. But I think if they go in their own direction and really focus in on that Marvel heroes first feel, you know, we want to make sure that when you're playing Spider-Man, you feel like Spider-Man. You feel like a powerful superhero while still maintaining a somewhat of a balance. And I think they're doing pretty well at that. And I hope they continue to really work that and how they can make these heroes continue to feel good, because you can have a balance and still make everybody feel strong versus nerfing everybody where they don't feel like they're the character you're wanting just for the sake of balance. And so we'll have to see. I'm pretty hopeful for the game. I hope you guys are having fun with it. You know, but let me know for some of you guys who maybe are like me, who don't really like hero shooters but have jumped into this, or for those of you who love hero shooters, like, let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What's your favorite part of the game? What's your least favorite part? Just let me know. Like I said, I like to have conversation. A lot of you guys have really good points about things that I'd never even think of. So just let me know. Thanks everybody. I won't chat your ear off anymore. I appreciate you if you guys have stuck around and listened to me ramble on this for quite a bit, but really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.